And for a long time, the way that I thought I was manifesting things was just by sitting on the couch and thinking. It was all this ethereal thinking bullshit. And I know people hear that. It's like, well, Abraham Hicks says you could just think it and stuff. And when you get in alignment, it's very powerful. But we live in a 3D physical reality, almost 5D. But taking massive action profoundly changed my life. And I think it's one of the things that maybe many of you need to hear. Take massive action. Massive action in physical reality is a very powerful way of changing your reality. And there's a lot of people right now that I think need to go through a spiritual initiation, both men and women, of taking action, of going after what you're passionate about, and leaning into tension. Intention is the same as taking action. Intention is having an outcome for something you want to experience, declaring it, and then being it. So intention sometimes comes with tension because you are doing something that's changing. You're going out of the old pattern. You're in one pattern that's easy and there's no tension at all because it's just the autopilot mind. And when you go through intention, you are going into the tension of laying down a new reality. It may feel a little bit of tension for a while because you're laying a new way of being. I did that with making YouTube videos. I'm doing that now in different ways because I'm building an app and I'm doing all this cool things. And there's a tension there because I'm laying down a new reality. Now, then for 2-3 years making videos on YouTube, and now this last year has been the biggest shadow work year of my life. Now, what did that entail for me? Going into the feminine and masculine wounds from childhood. I realized that there was a depolarization of my energy from childhood wounding. Now, a lot of that came from realizing my dad is the nicest guy in the world. He's such a nice guy. Nice guy is a shadow, by the way. A nice guy is somebody that is saying, I'm going to be this way to gain your validation and approval. So I'm going to be like soft and not go into tension. And my dad is a nice guy. My dad's dad was a nice guy. It's like an inherited thing. And then I had to shed that shit. And it's funny because now that I have, it is a completely different reality. Now, a lot of shedding the nice guy for me was learning how to lead in my life. My dad let my ex-stepmom, who's a narcissist, run everything because he felt safe with that. My dad's by the way, he's masculine in his business life. And up until a couple years ago, I've always been masculine in my business life. But in personal relationships, I'd almost be like just nice. And it's never really been authentic. And there's times I'd be blunt. With certain people I was blunt, but in like love relationships, I was like turning to nice and like people pleasing. And basically what I became aware of is the initiation that I had to do is I had to cut the umbilical cords from the energy of my parents. Still love them to death, by the way. But basically there's an energy dynamic. There's a book called It Didn't Start With You. It is how we inherit family trauma and family shadow. And we're not even aware of it. And until we become aware of it, it's on autopilot. So I became aware between me and my dad, me and my mom, different energy dynamics that I took on. My mom went through a lot. My mom's a great mom. She's doing the best that she could with where she was, and she was abandoned by her mom. My mom was a foster kid. Completely abandoned by her mom. And her dad in a way, and she had to run away, and she had foster parents. Well, my dad, I think, felt emotionally abandoned from his mom, and his mom was controlling, my grandma. She's an amazing woman. It's interesting. It's hard. I'm not talking smack about anybody in my family, but I'm just showing the dynamics. And the dynamics are my dad was a nice guy. My dad's dad was a nice guy. I bet you my dad's dad's dad was a freaking nice guy. And that's why he let people kind of walk on him. I'm going to tell him that today. I'm going to do a little interview with him today. Say, Dad, why are you so freaking nice? Tell me about the philosophy of being a nice guy. Interviewing a nice guy. That'd be funny. But basically, I became aware of, in some ways, we either reject or take on the energy of our parents. I rejected my dad's nice guyness in some ways, but in some ways I took it on as a people pleaser because I also had the ex-stepmom in my life where it's called parent pleasing. You have to be a certain way to gain like the approval of someone or to survive, But basically what I think happened is I felt emotionally abandoned. My mom had a lot of stuff going on when I was like 3. And I think I felt emotionally abandoned. So then I was seeking the nurturing and like the emotional availability of like looking to approval. Think about it as a baby. As a baby, we are very dependent on our moms. We're looking to our moms for support, for approval, for safety. And imagine you look back at your mom at one point when you're young, and your mom's not totally there. She's there physically. Maybe she's not, but she's there physically, but maybe she's not emotionally there. And then you start wondering, "What, Mom, what's is everything like you're not here for me? Like, is everything okay? Maybe I should be a different way. Maybe I should be quieter. Maybe I should do this." You start tuning to that of your mom. That is in a lot of times what I think people pleasers come from. They had to please to get the emotional availability or approval. And then they're looking for that in their relationship. So the spiritual initiation for me for this last year was me going through and healing my beliefs and my connection to the feminine, because I think I resented the feminine. Not only the anger towards my ex-stepmom that was still maybe harnessing inside of myself, but I had to really forgive my ex-stepmom. I had to forgive my mom, knowing she was just doing the best she could with where she was, and that she had the same thing with her mom and the same thing with my dad. My dad let a lot of stuff happen that he probably shouldn't have let happen, but he didn't know how to be a leader because his dad wasn't really there. His dad wasn't really there when he was younger. It was mainly his mom raising him, who was kind of controlling. So my parents were doing the best they could, but what I learned to do is I had to learn to lead myself, to be authentic. I had to start valuing authenticity over people pleasing. I had to learn how to develop boundaries. I had to learn to go into tension. I had to really draw boundaries with people in my life that were playing out similar energy dynamics of my ex-stepmom and stuff. So what this looked like for me, and here's the main thing I want to talk about with spiritual initiation. We talk about the 7 chakras. Spiritual initiation is about you going into your body. You going more into your body. As I become more into my body, whether you're a man or a woman or female or masculine or whatever, go into your body. Feel safe in your own body. If you are a people pleaser, most likely what happened is you exited your body. You became this empathic person that's so intuitively connected to your third eye that you can tune into everybody else, but you forgot how to tune into yourself. And you forgot how to set the boundaries between you and other people. And you've been processing other people's shit for a long time. And a lot of people, they use you for energy because you're willing so desperately to give them your energy, because if you give them your energy, you feel worthy. That's what people pleasers do. People pleasers and empaths, they say, if I give to other people and I give to their frame, then I will get validation, love, and support and safety. So a lot of this is about becoming aware of that dynamic. A narcissist says, I'm going to take, and if I take, then I feel worthy. They're the same trauma. Now, a lot of healing being an empath is going into your body, feeling the energy in your bottom 3 chakras, feeling present, and then actually being here and now. Instead of manifesting 5D reality and being with your spirit guides 24/7. Your spirit guides are here with you, but they want you to have a 3D physical experience. Enjoy food. Enjoy reality. Enjoy having sex. But be mindful of it. Do not be wasting that sexual energy. It's connecting your energy cords everywhere. You know what I mean? But the energy dynamics of the spiritual nation that I've been through is now, why am I more of a leader than ever before? Maybe this episode comes out when I have my app up. If so, go to aarondowdy.com/app, A-P-P. You'll probably either see a coming soon page or it'll be up by now. APP. But the app that I'm making is going to connect people all over the world. It's going to be like a high vibe tribe for free. So I'm excited about that. But I'm leading. I'm hiring a COO. I'm doing all these things. I'm leading more than ever before. And what I had to do to really heal from my past trauma is I had to go inside my body and feel. This is like the biggest spiritual initiation thing I will ever share. And it is so simple, but I've had so many DMs from people that say it's changed their life. You guys ready for it? Do a meditation practice where you go into your body, and on the in-breath, feel the separation between you and a candle flame, you and a wall. I know we're all one consciousness, 5D energy, we're all one, but this is the opposite. This is feel the separation between you and other people. Feel the separation between you and the chair, you and the candle flame. When you feel the separation, you then feel safe in your own body. There's this, it's called Zazen. That's what my spiritual integration, my shadow work integration coach has been telling me about. Zazen. This is that this practice is. Everything is both subject and object at the same time. We were all one consciousness, but we are also separate. when you do this meditation, now think about it in the terms of ones and twos, as I do 0 and 1s. Think about zeros and ones. Let's say 0 is oneness. 0 is oneness. So 0 also looks like the letter O. And let's say 1 is us, is subject. Subject, object. So let's imagine that on your in-breath, you're bringing the awareness back into your body, and you're feeling the separation between you and everybody else. You and your mom, you and your dad, you and your ex, you and your girlfriend, you, whatever. Feeling the separation. When you feel the separation, you then are feeling safe in your own body. You are then magnetizing the energy back to you versus trying to tune to everybody else. So on the in-breath, you're feeling the one. You're feeling the self. And on the out-breath, you are then like becoming your environment. You're realizing the oneness with everything. Now, the thing with people pleasers and empaths is you've got so much of the 0 in your life. You feel at one with everybody that you don't know who the frick the self is. So because of that, narcissists know just the self, and that's the ego. They don't know the oneness with everybody else, and they don't give a shit. So they're more of just the one. Now, the key to this is integrating both of these, the 0 and the 1. And on the in-breath, you feel the separation between everything. On the out-breath, you relax to that. Another thing you can do is as you stare at the candle flame, on the in-breath, you really focus on the flame. You really focus on the separation and the space between you and the flame. And then the out-breath, you focus on the peripheral around the flame. And with time, you begin to integrate more and more into your body and more into the shadow. It's a game changer. And as I've done this, I felt more safe in my own body. I have this mantra now that I say, the spiritual dynamic, whatever. When you are in public and you normally tune to everyone else's environment and you bring the awareness back into your body, you do this. You can do this all the time, by the way. Feel the separation between you and other people. It's powerful. No, we need to be one with everybody. Most of y'all listen to this need to have more separation between you and everyone else so you can feel safe in your own body so that you can then actually authentically feel the connection and oneness with everybody else. Not the shadow of trying to people please and being so in your third eye that you can tune to everybody. Get inside of your own body. Feel the separation between you and other people. When I go to Whole Foods and I go to the front, I take my temperature because I don't feel like wearing a mask. And that's the rules with Whole Foods. And I'm walking around, one of the only people without Whole Foods. I can feel other people. If I'm in my third eye empathic, I can feel that people aren't happy that I'm walking around without my mask on. I'm going by the rules. But then I bring it back into my body, and I'm like, no, this is just more authentic. This is what I want to do. You guys do whatever the hell you guys want to do with this. I'm not telling you guys how to live, but I'm saying you can feel other people's energy. When I've had experiences the other day that I've talked about in other podcast episodes where people bark at me for something, not for masks, for other things. And normally I react, but now I've become in more of my own body, and then I just kind of stare and I'm like, a little spaciousness, and then I can choose how to respond. When people are projecting their shit on you, they want you to feel guilty for not going to do this, not being around them, whatever. You can remember this mantra. Oh, that's your shit, not mine. Oh, that's your stuff. Then you don't take it on. You don't think it's yours. So having boundaries is a very important part of the spiritual initiation process. And now, because I'm leading in my life, I'm in my own frame. And remember, frame and body are the same thing. Go more in your body and you'll start feeling more in your own power. I'm more in my feet, my hands, my lower chakras. Funny enough, now that I'm becoming, and I've been more masculine these last 4 months, and it's a part of my identity now, I naturally want to do things that are more masculine. I'm looking for a Muay Thai coach here in Sedona or Flagstaff that I can connect to, that I can have come to my house, and I want to learn Muay Thai. I like watching UFC and combat sports. There's different aspects of my life now that I can tell I wasn't really into before, but I am now. Because I'm more grounded now. And naturally, as I've become more in this energy, just my hormones have changed. I can feel, I had an energy work thing months ago, and I was told your testosterone is going to go up a lot. I thought to myself, yeah, really? As I've changed this energy dynamic within myself and gone more within my own body, though, it has. No doubt about it. The codependency shit that I dealt with all last year, 2020, gone. Because I've severed, and I literally did a meditation where I felt the separation between me and my parents, and then realized, oh, that's your stuff, not mine. And then I let go of those patterns. The patterns are there until you become aware of it. I still love my parents to death. But feeling the separation, I encourage my parents to do the same thing. I'm going to let them know that. Feel the separation between you and your mom, you and your dad. The love for them, the forgiveness for them, but feel the separation between their stuff and your stuff, and then you'll start to live in a new pattern. So being in your own body and in your own frame is the same thing. The body is the subconscious mind. This is a clip from the Daily Vortex podcast where I post 2 times a week, and we go really deep on understanding consciousness, understanding how to raise our vibration, how to bring these spiritual concepts down to earth in a relatable and practical way. For the whole entire episode, you can click the link below, but also subscribe to that of the Daily Vortex podcast on either iTunes or Spotify. That's where there are a backlog of over 100 episodes, plus the whole entire episode length is there. On this channel, you will only be seeing clips moving forward. So if you want the whole episodes, you can click the link below. You can subscribe. They're also very easy to listen to. They're automatically downloaded once you subscribe, plus you'll never miss an episode. So this is where most of my intention is and my energy is going these days, and I look forward to bringing you many more amazing episodes. But for the rest of this episode, you can click below and you can subscribe to the Daily Vortex podcast, and I look forward to helping you expand your consciousness in a very practical and relatable way. So I'll see you on the next episode, and as always, peace, much love, and namaste.